on, Chief. I'm coming back to get you.
Negative! It's too late for us! There's just too many of them! I'm activating the nuke!
What are you doing, Chief?
Making sure this bomb goes off, no matter what! It's done, Commander. Go get the lieutenant and get the hell out of here!
Belay that. We can handle ourselves. Go back and get Williams.
Williams, radio Joker and tell him to meet us at the bomb site.
Yes, Commander,
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
Fight hard, Lieutenant. Die proud.
Aye, aye, Commander. Suppressing fire! Suppressing!
I applaud you, Shepard. My Geth were utterly convinced the Salarians were the real threat. An impressive diversion. Of course, it was all for nothing. I can't let you disrupt what I've accomplished here. You can't possibly understand what's really at stake.
This isn't complicated. You'll do anything to get power. Even joining with the Reapers.
You've seen the vision from the beacons, Shepard. You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of. They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed before the invaders? Would the Protheans still exist? Is submission not preferable to extinction?
I'd rather die than live under the rule of those machines.
Now you see why I never came forward with this to the Council. We organics are driven by emotion instead of logic. We will fight even when we know we cannot win. But if we work with the Reapers, if we make ourselves useful, think how many lives could be spared. Once I understood this, I joined Sovereign, though I was aware of the dangers. I had hoped this facility could protect me.
You're like every other poor bastard in this place. A tool Sovereign can use, then cast aside.
I've studied the effects of indoctrination. The more control Sovereign exerts, the less capable the subject becomes. That is my saving grace. Sovereign needs me to find the conduit. My mind is still my own, for now. But the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
I'm not like you. I'd rather die fighting than live as a slave.
I'm not doing this for myself. Don't you see? Sovereign will succeed. It is inevitable. My way is the only way any of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers, between organics and machines. And in doing so, I will save more lives than have ever existed. But you would undo my work. You would doom our entire civilization to complete annihilation. And for that, we must die.
everybody, hang on!
I can't believe Kaidan didn't make it. How could we just leave him down there?
We had to leave him behind. Saren has to be stopped at any cost.
It should have been me, Commander. You know that.
It wasn't your call, Williams. I had to choose. I chose you.
I'm sorry, Commander. You saved my life. I'm grateful for that. But it should have been me. Alenko was a superior officer. I would have gladly stayed behind.
Get it together, soldier! Kaidan's blood is on Saren's hands, and when we find that son of a bitch, I'll make him pay.
Yes, sir. We'll get it done.
But how are we going to find him? Or the conduit?
What about that beacon, the one in the base? Did it give you another vision? Did it show you where the conduit is?
Something's different, but I still can't figure it out, and we're down to our last lead. Time to head for the Artemis Tau cluster. Crew, dismissed.
Commander, there's a comm buoy nearby. I can link us in if you want to report back to the Citadel Council. You know, to warn them about Sovereign.
Set the link up, Joker.
Patching it through.
I hope you don't plan to cut us off.
Saren is...
Yes, we saw mention.
Sovereign's
He's
free.
playing you.
It's highly possible Saren
I tried to
is
warn you about Saren. You didn't believe me then, and look how that turned out.
I believe you humans have a saying.
Here's another saying. Go to hell.
Maybe we were wrong about you, Shepard.
Enough! Commander Shepard has performed admirably so far. This discussion is only a minor disagreement.
Looks like we lost the signal, Joker.
Understood, Commander. Message coming in. Patching it through.
Normandy, this is Alliance Command. We're detecting your presence in the Attican Beta Cluster. One of our surveillance drones was gathering intel on Geth activities in the region when it was spotted and shot down. You need to go groundside and recover the drone's data module before the Geth find it.
Redeploying.
Commander, I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at sea.
Have you worked with the
Spectre? At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats.
Being a Spectre?
If I'm trying... But CSEC wants it done their way.
So you just...
CSEC's handling of Saren? Yeah, either way. And without CSEC headquarters looking...
As long
Thank
as...
you, Commander.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vakarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Yeah, the council's had a grudge against us since the First Contact War.
I don't think it's a grudge. I think it's... Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
All right, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
I'm glad there won't be a problem.
Anything else you need, Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
We've got a heart. I think the odds are against us.
We have an advantage. We know they're coming and we know...
But that's what pisses me off. Not being able to shoot.
About Lieutenant
Can't say I'm better. Sorry for anything I said back there.
Williams, listen to me. I'm in command of this mission. I made the call, not you. He's dead because of me.
It's funny. I don't have any fear of dying for the Alliance. If you don't mind my asking, how did you deal with the losses on Akuz?
It was my job to get everyone out safe.
Yeah. Thanks for the advice, Commander. I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though. Ma'am.
Commander, you did what you had to do.
I appreciate what...
Saren has to pay for what he's done. He'll do more than...
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
You have my gratitude. Still, I find the loss of Captain Kirrahe...
Captain Kirrahe...
We won't trouble you for long. Our unit will be disbanded as soon as we depart. Good luck, Commander Shepard.
Looking for supplies?
What have you got?
Well, as long as you don't mind paying.
Why should I
My
pay?
stuff... Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer?
That's a good question. Probably... He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough.
You think he actually talked me out of becoming a... He despises the Spectres. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone...
You're a quick learner.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Your ship... I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels...
I don't like the idea of aliens studying the architecture of Alliance ships.
We're on the same... But you can't blame me for being a little excited. I never dreamed I'd get a chance to travel on a ship as advanced as the Normandy.
I didn't bring you along to admire my ship.
I know why I'm here. I'll do whatever I can to help you. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender...
What kind of freedom?
In extreme cases of population... Fortunately, it's a safeguard that served us well. In near... This is presented as a gift to the cap... Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant... It's not the best way...
I want to talk about something
Like
else.
what?
I want to know more.
All I know is the story of their origins.
Interesting.
Over time, we made small...
How come
But one thing we underestimate. Many of the guests lodge... But when they're in close... As you can imagine... The war was long. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came.
You got what you just...
Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy?
You make a good point.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up.
I want to talk about something
Like what?
else.
See you later.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? She's got a real knack for technology, that one.
I figured she'd be a real
You got
asset.
an eye for Tali, Commander.
Carry on,
Aye,
Adams.
aye, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something...
How did you end up...
But humanity needs the... But there's something special about working...
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Heading to position.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
These are Admiral Kahoka's men. We need to tell him what happened here.
is like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
like an oven here.
looks like this cavern formed around the ruin, after it was built.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help. Are you real?
Oh, no. Don't be stupid, Liara. Humans do not come here. You're hallucinating. And talking to yourself. Oh, Goddess. I am going to die here.
We're here to save your sorry ass, so snap out of it.
You're rude for a hallucination. My subconscious must want to punish me for being this stupid.
My name is Shepard. The Office of Special Tactics and Recon sent me.
A Spectre? That's good. What else would I conjure up? A protector figure, yes. Perfect. Comforting. Well, I'll play along. As you can see, I am trapped here. If you're as real as you claim, find a way to get me out.
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would keep me safe from the Geth. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
We'll find some way to help you.
Of course. What good is a hallucination if it can't offer false hope? Listen, if you're real, find some way past the barrier curtain. Find some way to deal with the Geth. Then use the control panel to release me. If you're not real, leave me alone. I'm tired of talking to myself. hallucinating that you were inside the tower. I must be getting worse. Earlier, I even imagined I heard thunder.
We used the mining laser to bore through.
You bored through? You're real, aren't you? By the goddess, you're real! I'm sorry. I thought you were a hallucination. I thought I was going mad. Please get me out of here before more Geth show up.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. Think fast, Miss Prothean expert.
The conduit? But I don't know...
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister!
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy.
No, I won't go with them!
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
My life.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there and your pilot is making jokes?
Sometimes Joker's a real ass. Just try to ignore him.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
They were wiped out by the Reapers, a race of sentient machines.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Not to mention your little run-in with Sovereign. I'd call that definitive proof.
And then there's the cipher. I'm not sure what that other Asari did to you, but she did something.
Sovereign? The cipher? A Prothean beacon? I'm sorry, this is all a bit overwhelming. I need a moment to collect myself. I have spent most of my adult life investigating the Prothean extinction. Decades of intense academic study and field research. And for what? I never thought it would end like this. You show up and tell me all the answers just fell into your lap. It isn't fair. All those years wasted.
There's no time for this. Saren's out there looking for the conduit. I need you to help me find him.
Yes, of course, you are right. I'm sorry, I just needed some perspective. What is really important is finding the conduit before Saren. You said you have visions from the beacon. Let me join my consciousness to yours. Maybe my knowledge of the Protheans can help clarify this vision.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. I never thought the images would be so intense. I need a moment to collect myself.
Did the vision make any sense to you?
It's a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers, but the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognize from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos!
Ilos? Never heard of it.
I'm not surprised. Ilos is in a region of space accessible only through the Mu Relay. But the Mu Relay was lost thousands of years ago. Nobody knows where it is.
I have the coordinates for the Mu Relay.
You do? But how? Never mind. If you take us to the Mu Relay, I can give the vectors to take us to Ilos.
The relay's in the Terminus systems. They're not fond of Alliance ships over there. Or Spectres.
The conduit's on Ilos. That's where Saren's heading. I plan to be waiting when he gets there.
Saren will have his whole fleet in orbit around Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You need to alert the Council. They will assemble a fleet to accompany you. Together you can... Oh... I am feeling a little faint all of a sudden.
You need food and sleep. You Asari aren't as hardy as my people. You need to see the ship's doctor.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No! I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess! How could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I'd like to know more about the assault.
Although we seek to understand others, we still require a partner to
I don't understand.
We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Others can be more long-term. Sometimes and even after they're gone...
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it. Union... Asari... It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something... Benezia Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia
She rarely spoke of her.
Benezia
Asari... It is possible Benezia's partner was...
I agreed to the union?
Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short...
Do you know why,
But I will remember...
Are you gonna be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udino wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his Geth.
Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, ma'am.
The ambassador is correct.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay.
You think a blockade's gonna stop him?
Milos is only accessible.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat.
One ship going into the terminus.
Your style served you well in the Traverse.
Sovereigns...
Only you have seen the Reapers.
Secrecy...
Saren is a master manipulator. The conduit is just a distraction.
One ship...
Your style served you well in the Traverse.
If Saren finds the conduit, we're all screwed. We have...
Ambassador Udina...
There are serious political...
Bastard! You're so...
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Nobody stabs me in the back, Udina. Nobody.
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander.
Commander, I've got a message from Captain Anderson.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
Equalizing.
Interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Log.
Sorry, Commander. The Normandy's locked down. Ambassador Udina gave the order.
Exogeny officials have announced that their research colony on Pharos is being shut down. Difficult living conditions combined with poor yield. Entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast.
So how are you liking your posting at the Academy?
It's good. Busy though.
A research station on Noveria has reportedly been destroyed. The exact cause is currently unknown.
Excuse me, you're the Spectre. Commander Shepard, it is an honor to speak with you. I'm Charles. Can I count on your support in the next election?
I'm a patriot, Mr. Sir.
We cannot... The support of the first human Spectre would be invaluable.
We need more...
I have to work the crowd, Commander. Maybe we can do...
Word on this. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got... Here, Commander. For your trouble.
I had to kill people for these discs. They're worth more than you're offering.
I didn't tell you to kill Fist. But you're right. I suppose that I did ask you to help me, so... Here, this should be more than adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elle.
So how are you liking your posting at the academy?
It's good. Busy though. Can't believe how many people you get coming in from
A research station on Noveria has reportedly been destroyed. The exact cause is currently unknown.
Excuse me! Commander Shepard, it is an honor to speak with you.
Cram, Your Honor. What's this
I'm
riot?
Charles. Can I count on your support in the next election?
Sorry, I believe
We've heard... We cannot... I don't... The support of the first human Spectre would be invaluable.
We need...
Word on this... I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything...
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
Here, Commander. For your trouble.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Pardon me, soldier. Could I take a moment of your... Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
It's Commander, actually. What do you want?
Of course. My name is... You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like
I don't remember seeing you.
I'm not on... I need It's legal, but restricted. I've purchased the monthly limit, and I need more from them. All the top negotiators are on stimulants close to the legal limit. It's the way the game is played.
Will overdosing on stimulants and getting arrested help?
Maybe you're... I'll tell you what. This will be the last time I use the stimulant. After this deal is finished...
You won't be doing humanity any favors if you overdose during negotiations. Get help now.
You don't understand! Humanity... I don't know anymore. I get so tired when I run out of this stimulant.
That's an addict talking.
You're... okay.
You should be careful when you say that around.
It's out of my hands. Welcome to Flux. Name's
Goodbye.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
I'm waiting for someone else.
Hey, good to see another human.
Hey, there are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre.
Being a Spectre's...
And you're... Hey, can I get your picture?
I don't have a problem with...
Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander.
I got business here, but not with you.
Not now. I'm watching the show. Go away. Let me drink.
I have to work the crowd, Commander. Maybe we can do lunch sometime?
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I saw the monument at Aku's. They got a whole section.
Looks like you have a fan.
It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
How do you like working here?
Like that new club they just opened? Right. You're probably real busy. See you around, Commander.
I need those supplies for my camp.
Don't disappoint.
Oh, Commander Shepard.
Every time I come in
Someone
here.
from my past. I can take care of it.
I might be able to help you.
They never... I have to give them what they want.
Maybe I can get you out
I
of
have
this.
to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets.
Give me your contact's name.
Deal with him, but won't they expose my past?
I'll make sure they don't.
I really appreciate this, Commander.
Let me take a look.
Of course.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies?
You were expecting a delivery of medical.
But I was told the doctor...
Things have changed.
Changed, but...
Shut up, Moorland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Leave the doctor alone. or you'll have to deal with me.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start
Our secret stays buried.
Hey, hold on! I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only work... Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
That's very generous of you.
I just wish I knew how.
He spoke of someone.
Baines. I wonder if he means Armiston.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
Perhaps Captain Anderson will have some knowledge about this man.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
Let me take a look at
what... Of course.
Exploration of Prothean culture. This must be like a survey for you.
What do you say we head down to Cora's den after shift?
Sounds good. Some of the others are going for Novio's farewell thing.
Damn, I forgot that was too big. Where's he going again?
In a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
business here, but
not now. I'm watching the show.
Yes, human. You need something.
Goodbye.
Yes? Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
Welcome back, Earth Clan. Will you be needing supplies?
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my... But it doesn't matter where you hail from.
Show me what you've got.
Welcome back, Earth Clan.
Show me what you've got.
Aliens off Earth!
Freedom isn't free!
We bleed red!
We bleed red!
Freedom!
Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could
That seems
help.
like a step down.
Actually, I've heard... I can't get into the control room, but you could.
I can't promise anything.
Excellent. Thanks again for your help.
No, I'm... Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I found them. Well,
Threshermore? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher.
somebody lured them there with an alliance.
Yeah. Commander, I appreciate what you did.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know.
Hello again. Is there a problem? I'm not detecting any signals from the bug yet.
I planted the bug. If you aren't getting a signal, they must have found
But
it.
I never got a signal.
They must have.
I guess they've had other people. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go talk.
Greetings. I believe congratulations are in order, Commander.
It's a great honor.
And if they let your people in, maybe they're...
What's it like?
From the Presidium, but only the most powerful and
What are the wards like?
You never know what you'll find out. Yet somehow he never seems
Any
to
guess what his idea?
How well? Every government is forced to
I thought
play
you'd know more about...
The more you know, the more dangerous the game
Tell me more about your...
I also offer
Sounds...
Even if his true motives were to help...
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we... Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you
I think
care?
I'll be going.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments regularly.
Got a moment? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime boss. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do
They're as bad as you say they are.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you at the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
I don't care what you think, Mike.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby, too.
Is this man harassing you, ma'am?
Perhaps you can talk some sense.
I don't need anyone to talk to.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has...
My husband, Jacob.
There's a chance it's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
I know you want the best for your brother's child, but this is not your decision.
Of course it is! I'm the closest thing to a father this baby is going to have.
Is this about keeping the baby safe, or is this about you losing your last link to your brother?
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child.
We will. Thank you for talking with us.
Hello again, Commander.
Is there something else I can help you with, Commander?
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
So they finally... I only hope you're better.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye. Shepard.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human... Is there something I can do for you?
You're Nassana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. Didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nassana. And I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to
You wanted your sister dead?
If people... I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
I'm a Spectre, not some merc for hire.
But I'm the only one who can authorize you to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you at... Goodbye, Shepard. It has been... I gave you what you wanted, Shepard. We have nothing more to discuss.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
How could anyone live here? There...
One sec. Hello, Commander.
Show me what you got.
System's telling me to... Well, I'd heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry.
Just show me what you got.
Your biotic skill is extremely impressive, Dr. T'Soni. Is that typical among Asari?
While the Asari have nat...
Terra Firma Party candidate Charles Saraceno confirms that the first human Spectre endorsed his candidacy.
Okay, Jalid. Let me get this straight.
Hey there! Oh, you're not C-Sec, are you? Did you want something?
What were you trying to explain to the officer?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we
How do you know he wants you?
I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. He thinks he can just push me around.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know... His name's... The Keepers? Well, even... Well, good...
Hello, Commander.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
You can start by telling me
I'm
the
not sure
truth.
what you're referring to.
Your lies are catching up with.
Spoke with Jalid?
Just tell me everything you know.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company Jalid, can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
What's so special about that?
Don't you... You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
That doesn't explain why
I'm not... Jalid, but he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it.
So you're just trying to
lost
get...
our head, Commander. If you'll just continue gathering data for me, and you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
I'm not breaking regulations
All
for
right.
you.
Well then, no more scanning. I promise. Of course, Jalid still has the initial data, and I doubt he's planning to return it.
I'll deal with Jalid.
So long, Commander.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
I found out you've been lying to me.
Lying?
What about the data? You did not mention that.
I was afraid Shorban would...
I can't let this continue any further.
But I can't. What will happen to the data when I'm gone?
It's a shame, but you should have
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the Keepers. Think what we could learn about
Tell me more about this data.
We might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things. The possibilities are limitless.
Return the data, or I'll have you arrested right here, right now.
All right, I will. Thank you for not turning me in. I'll make
Just go.
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard what happened.
You had to know what was going to happen. Why didn't you warn me?
I know you have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the Ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
What's the plan?
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That is a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
There's got to be a better way.
Ambassador Udina issued...
He won't just stand by while you use...
Hopefully he won't be...
The Ambassador will not forgive this.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the Ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the Ambassador's computer.
I was hoping you'd say that. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian,
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Anderson, what are you doing here? I didn't send...
Let's go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Maw. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Keep moving inside now.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There is no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We will have to find some way to get it up and running again.
this place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
This must be the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage. I never dreamed I would actually find Ilos.
My people once tried to find this world. We'd hoped we could settle here. But we didn't know it would feel so unwelcome. Unless he's already...
That is a chance.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to...
Sounds like
it is probably in Prothean. This record...
The message is
Of course.
What's it say?
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
spent my life studying the Protheans, but I never dreamed I would discover anything like this. This bunker might have been the last refuge of their entire species. Just imagine what mysteries it might hold. Imagine what secrets it might reveal.
Please, try to remember why we're here. Saren, the Conduit, the fate of the entire known galaxy.
I am sorry. I was swept up in the moment.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. What is happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush!
I do not think Saren is behind this. I have studied the Protheans for decades, but I have never felt this sense of foreboding. What will we find down there?
Whatever we find, be cautious. If this were simply an automated trap, Saren would have triggered it as well.
You are not...
Looks like
I do not...
This
I have... My name is Vigil. You are safe here for...
Saren could be...
Use the Citadel, but when the Citadel relay is active, that will communicate over the next decades. Through the their fleet, within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed...
You said you
the
brought me here.
Ilos.
The conduit is not a weapon.
What
We
happened
set to but the genocide of an entire...
You should have fought.
We were... I began... Eventually...
There were hundreds of...
This... I say... When the reason... Yet they vowed to find... The keep after this time. When... Correct... Sovereign... Says it... Through the conduit.
Saren's got a...
Shep, this might be our only chance to speak with it, our only link to the knowledge of the Protheans.
We're in a race to save the galaxy.
The one you...
All their culture, all their advanced technology, and the Protheans were taken in by the Reapers just as we were. They failed.
Just like my people. But they also gave us a chance to save ourselves. We must hurry.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't gonna make it easy on us.
The arms aren't moving. System's not responding.
Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council!
Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
Don't let the enemy ships inside the arms!
I was afraid you wouldn't make it in time, Shepard.
Had to wipe out a few hundred of your followers along the way. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
I'm heading to that master control panel and you can't stop me.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed.
Fancy hardware's not gonna save you.
You don't understand, Shepard. Sovereign recognizes your value. You've impressed it. Surrender to the Reapers, and you will be spared.
I'd rather die than live like that.
Then you will. The Reapers can't be stopped. Not by the Protheans.
Sovereign's controlling you through your...
The relation... I am a vision of the future, Shepard. The evolution of all organic...
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick! Open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down before he regains control of the station.
See if you can open a communications channel.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drive
Please tell me that's you, Commander.
You were expecting someone else?
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Andurra sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
Are you sure about this, Shepard? Human casualties will be very high if you send your fleet in now.
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign is a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
True. That's why you can't waste reinforcements trying to save the Council. You must hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Hold off, Joker. We're not sacrificing human lives to save the Council. Keep our ships back until they can get a shot at Sovereign.
A sacrifice for the greater good. I only pray it is not made in vain.
All Alliance ships, hold formation. Wait for a shot at Sovereign. Nothing else matters. I repeat, nothing else matters.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Open a comm channel. This is the Ascension. We're taking heavy damage. Guardian defenses are over. Kinetic barriers are offline.
Commander, they closed the channel. Make sure he's dead.
He's dead.
This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
hard on my flank! We're going in!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander? We got your message, Ambassador. What's all this about?
No need to get worked up, Captain. I'd like to end this meeting with all my teeth still in place.
You should thank me for what I did. If the Normandy was still grounded, we'd all be dead right now.
I understand, Captain. You did what you had to do. That's not why you're here. We need to talk about what happened to the Council.
Commander Shepard did the right thing. We had to hold our fleet back to go after Sovereign. It was the only way.
I agree, but this also presents us with an opportunity. The Council is dead. The galaxy is looking for leadership. The Citadel fleets were decimated in the attack. Their losses have made the Alliance stronger. If we step forward now, nobody will be able to stop us.
This wasn't some plan for the Alliance to seize power. We need to work with the other races to rebuild.
Noble words, but your actions tell the real story. Ever since you became a Spectre, I've been watching you, Shepard. You're completely ruthless. Sacrificing the Council assured our victory over Sovereign. The end justified the means. We humans understand that. It's what makes us stronger than the others.
What are you saying?
The galaxy needs leadership, real leadership. When a crisis hits, we can't be paralyzed by debate like the old Council. The new Council must rule with a single voice. It must be assembled from one species alone, humanity.
The rest of the galaxy isn't just going to bow down because we tell them to. We'll need the fleets to bring them in line.
The other species are scared. They've never faced anything like this before, and they don't know what to do. They want us to step forward. They believe in humanity because of you. Your ruthless pursuit of Saren and the Geth, your defiance of the Council, that's what humans are capable of. That's how we can defeat the Reapers. The others will follow us, Shepard. They know we're their only hope. We will have a human council with a human chairman.
The Ambassador's right. I may not like it, but we can't deny the truth.
Given everything you've done, Commander, the Alliance will want to know who you think our chairman should be.
We're about to go into war. We need someone with military experience. Someone like Captain Anderson.
You make a good case. Captain, are you ready for this?
I don't know if any of us are ready for this, but I'll do what I can. So what happens now?
The Reapers are still out there. They're coming, and I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Shepard's right. We're headed for war with the Reapers. If we lose, it's the end of all life as we know it. And no other species in the galaxy truly understands what it will take to survive. The other races will have to follow our lead. We need to take control. It's time for humanity to rise up and seize its destiny.